Start of the third quarter here in St. Louis. The Bears lead the Rams 24-10. Time now for Who Are You Lovin'? Presented by McDonald's. Game time gold. And this was gold for Cutler and the Bears. Jeremy Langford, 83 yards for a touchdown. And Chicago leads by 2 touchdowns as we get set to start the second half. Back in the booth with Steve Berline and Steve Tasker. I'm Andrew Catalon. Very impressive start here for the Bears. Steve Berline, if you were John Fox in that locker room just now, what would your message be to your team?
Well, my message would be not to change anything. The game is going perfectly right now for the Chicago Bears. They're committed to the run game. They're going to have to come out and really establish the run again in the second half. Make those safeties come down and respect the run, and then you get one-on-one on the outside. Maybe Alshon Jeffrey can make a play or two.
And Steve Tasker, the Rams continue to struggle on third downs. What has to change for their offense in the second half?
Well, really, they've got to be more successful on first and second down. They've got a lot of third and longs going in. Todd Gurley is out of the picture when they do that. They've got to find a way to get positive yards early in the sticks so they can get third and short rather than third and long. That way Todd Gurley can get involved.
Well, moments ago, Jeff Fisher was trying to fire up his team on the sidelines. And we were at Rams practice on Friday, and let me tell you, between the music and the dancing, there was a ton of energy for the Rams. Wes Welker said it's the most fun he's had. He's only been here a week. But there's no doubt that Jeff Fisher has that fire and passion. He's trying to fire up his guys before the start of this second half. The Bears won the toss. They deferred, so Chicago gets the ball to start here in the second half.
Well, Jeff Fisher did exactly what he should do in that situation. That team, the Rams, needs a wake-up call if they want to get back in this ball game, and they love playing for their coach. They should come out fired up, I would expect, this half.
Mariani with a fair catch. Chicago will start the half at the 20-yard line. Jay Cutler in the first, 12 of 15 for 233 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, we've covered Jeff Fisher teams for a lot of years, and his players and coaches consistently love the vibe that he puts forth with his team. He's got a great culture in the locker room, but today in the second half against the Bears, they better prove it.
Cutler, the first Bear quarterback to ever throw 2 80-yard touchdown passes in a game. 83 to Langford, 87 to Zach Miller. They start the half on the ground, and Langford is pushed back. A look at the first half numbers between the Bears and the Rams. Todd Gurley at 8 carries for 28 yards. In third downs, neither team did well, but this has been a consistent pattern for the Rams.
Well, the one stat we don't see there, and we'll get to it at some point in the half, is that the discrepancy in penalties and the significance of those penalties. Took a touchdown off the board for the Rams, and also another big first down play.
Second down and 9. Back to Langford, and he is dragged down for a loss. Aaron Donald, such an incredible talent, first-round pick last year out of Pittsburgh.
We spoke about him in the open. He's working against a guard-center combination that has been shuffled again this week. Slauson moving down to the center spot, and he just absolutely blows right by Ducasse.
So it's 3rd and 10 for the Bears. Cutler gets rid of it, incomplete. Langford wasn't looking. Cutler goes to the turf, and a quick 3 and out for the Chicago offense.
Well, this is all Aaron Donald again. He's the guy that plays as much as any defensive tackle in the NFL other than Ndamukong Suh. He plays 80.8% of the plays. You see right there, he comes through again, rips through Ducasse, and gets the pressure on Jay Cutler. This guy's got a motor. He's got leverage because he's not a very big guy. Gets up underneath those big offensive linemen and has that speed to get around the edge.
Second 3 and out today for the Bears. Austin is back deep. A good sign for St. Louis after he had to walk off in the first half. And Austin up to the 45-yard line. 13:28 to go, third quarter, and the Bears lead 24-10. Back in St. Louis, where the Rams offense has been so cold since that opening drive. They went 80 yards on their first possession of the game, but since then, 24 plays, for just 66 yards. They have good field position to start their first drive of the second half. They're at their own 45-yard line. First down and 10. Steve Berline and Steve Tasker. I'm Andrew Catalan, our entire NFL on CBS crew. It's Gurley. He had 11 touches in the first half, and he gets the first carry of the second half.
This is going to be a statement drive by the Rams right here. After that pep talk from Jeff Fisher, I'm sure the locker room was probably very similar in terms of the energy in that locker room with this team. They've got to come out and make a statement on this drive that they're in this game for the long term.
Play action to Gurley. Foles rolling right, taking a deep shot, and it's incomplete. Out of bounds was the intended target, Jared Cook.
Well, Nick Foles was very late on this throw and very inaccurate. I mean, Cook came open very early in that route, about 15 yards down the field, and Foles didn't throw it, and finally when he did, he threw it 3 yards out of bounds. That's on Nick Foles. That play came open. It was going to be a big one. They had a shot at getting the field changed, and he just missed it.
Foles is 4 for his last 13, and here we go again with third down. Wes Welker is out there on 3rd and 7. Welker has 1 catch today for 6 yards. Foles to Austin for a first down. Tackle made by Bryce Callahan, but St. Louis, for just the second time today, converts a third down. But wait, there's a flag down at the 38.
Wow.
It's against the Rams.
Holding, number 73 of the offense. 10-yard penalty, still third down.
That's the 3rd holding call on the left tackle, Greg Robinson, and now he's been called for holding 8 times this year, the most in the league.
And these holding calls, here he is at the end of your screen there.
After the penalty, 3rd and 17.
He's doing just enough, and the referees obviously have him marked. They're watching every single time there's a drop back situation. And he's giving that little tug, pulling those defensive linemen down, and they're nailing them for it every time.
So you take the third down conversion off the board, and now it's 3rd and 17. Low snap. Foles fields it. Has Welker to midfield, but he is 5 yards shy of a first down. Jonathan Anderson makes the tackle after a gain of 12. Johnny Hekker comes out to punt. However, keep in mind, this is an area in the field where in the past Jeff Fisher has called for a fake.
And he is one of the most, if not the most aggressive special teams coach in the NFL.
Hekker is 1 of 2 passing this year and 6 of 8 for his career, but not using his arm this time. Trying to pin the Bears deep, and a good punt by Hekker. Chicago will be backed up to start this drive.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. McDonald's, teaming up with the NFL like never before. And by Creed, this Thanksgiving, fight for your name.
Gorgeous day in St. Louis. We're indoors for the Bears and Rams. A lot of Chicago fans in the building. And last night, the Blackhawks played the Blues. So if you were a Chicago fan, 2 for 1 this weekend in St. Louis. The Blackhawks beat the Blues 4-2. And Chicago ahead of St. Louis again a day later here on the football field. First down and 10. Pass is caught by Zach Miller, knocked out at the 16. On the last 2 Rams home games, 2 players have slipped on the concrete border that surrounds the field here in St. Louis. Josh McCown of Cleveland slipped right there, injured his shoulder and ribs, and then Reggie Bush tore his MCL after sliding on the concrete. Bush actually plans to sue the city of St. Louis, which owns the Edward Jones Dome. But you see the adjustment they made today with blue rubber padding down covering the concrete on the field. Jay Cutler keeps it himself. Jay Cutler slides down at the 44-yard line.
Oh, man.
A gain of 26 for Jay Cutler.
This may be the first time I've ever seen a player slide when there's nobody in front of him. He didn't want to get run down from behind. That was the read option. You know, we talked about how he is a good athlete for a quarterback. He made the read, kept it. He just didn't expect to be running 30 yards down the field.
His career long run is 31, so just short of that, but nonetheless a big pickup for Cutler.
Usually a quarterback likes to hand it off after they get winded on a long run. We'll see. Yeah.
It's Kadeem Carey across the 45 up to midfield.
It used to be a running joke for a lot of teams if the quarterback didn't have a long run on a rollout or if he got loose or whatever, something like that happened. They're usually they don't run.
No.
They're usually out of shape. They're so winded they can do nothing except hand it off on the next play, and sure enough.
Steve Berline fits that bill. Out of shape, likes to hand the ball off, right?
Very, very much so. I hand the ball off. In fact, Lou Holtz at Notre Dame made me hand the ball off when I had open field in front of me.
Carey got 9 on first, and now Kadeem Carey has a Chicago first down. Kadeem Carey with his 7th carry of the game. He had 7 all of last week against San Diego. Carey, a 4th-round pick last year out of Arizona. He was teammates with Nick Foles.
Well, this drive going exactly the way the Bears wanted to, obviously with a big play, but it just moved the chains, grind it down, get way deep into Rams territory, come out with points.
Langford now in at running back on 1st and 10. Cutler screen to Langford. Chased by Brockers, and Brockers wins that battle. Michael Brockers, the 4th-year man out of LSU, with the stop.
Well, Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator for the Rams, I'm sure is tired of seeing these screen passes cause his defense problems. They made the adjustments at halftime. I'm sure he's got to be happy with how they played that first one. The Bears, they're going to keep going to the well until the Rams show they can stop them.
3-yard loss on that play, so it's 2nd down and 13. Zach Miller, the red-hot tight end, goes in motion at the bottom of your screen. Miller has 5 catches for 107 yards. Cutler steps up, finds the open man in Langford, who's spun down at the 45-yard line by Mark Barron.
And one of the things we've noticed about Jay Cutler, and we knew he's a good athlete, but the thing he doesn't get credit for, and one of the things that Jeff Fisher told us, they don't want Jay Cutler to do his best Aaron Rodgers impression. You see how aware he is in the pocket, steps to the open spot, evades the rush, and then also extends plays, and those mean big plays. When a quarterback has the arm Cutler does and the play breaks down, that's when you get really enormous plays, and that's what the Rams were really afraid of coming into this game.
Chicago just 1 for 6 on 3rd downs. It's 3rd and 9 from the St. Louis 45.
Pressure coming from the Rams.
Flag is down, they blow it dead. False start against Chicago.
Yeah, the Bears could feel it up front.
False start. Number 17 in the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's on Alshon Jeffrey, who has 2 catches today for 20 yards.
And you see that a lot when teams on offense, especially when they're going to throw the football. Everybody on the field knows the pressure's coming from the defense. They're bringing it, and the receivers, the offensive line, everybody knows it. The defense knows it, and the tension gets ratcheted up just before the snap, and somebody breaks form and gets a false start or an offsides.
Remember, in the first half, the officials missed a flinch on Chicago. That time they did not. 3rd and 14. Cutler in trouble. Flag is down, and Cutler goes down as well. It will be a sack if it stands, and it will. It's holding against the Bears.
Holding, offense number 72. That penalty's declined. It's over the place, 4th down.
Charles Leno called for holding on that play, the left tackle. Right there you see he had the arm of Robert Quinn pinned.
Aaron Donald and Maurice Alexander combining on that sack. They give it to Donald, who now has 2 sacks today. Well, a sack and a half. He shared the first one. So 4th and 19, and out comes Patrick O'Donnell to punt for the 4th time today. Austin at his own 9-yard line. Austin from his 6. Trying to get to the outside. Good coverage by the Bears. He's forced out just past the 15-yard line. 6:57 to go in the third. Rams still down 2 touchdowns. For the second straight year, the Rams partnered with the American Red Cross to participate in the Holiday Mail for Heroes campaign. Several Rams players visited 2 local schools to decorate holiday cards for active and veteran military serving overseas and domestically. Since this program began in 2012, more than 75,000 cards have been distributed. Jeff Fisher had members of the military at Friday's practice, and as soon as the practice ended, all of the Rams went over to pose for pictures and sign some autographs. Salute to Service Day here in St. Louis. On 1st and 10, Todd Gurley. And Gurley with a punishing 9-yard run. They need more of that.
Gain of 9. Second and 1 from the 26.
Today's referee is Jeff Triplett in his 17th year now as a referee. He's also a retired Army colonel. He served 32 years in the National Guard Army Reserve, serving in the first Gulf War at Desert Storm. Nice to have Jeff with us today. On 2nd and 1, Foles wants to take a deep shot, looking for Quick into double coverage, broken up. Antro roll, got a hand on that one for Chicago. I figure not a bad time to take a shot on 2nd and 1, but St. Louis can't cash in.
No, that's not the throw that you want to make. Watch right here, the safety in the middle of the field roll. He does not ever leave the middle of the field. This is not a ball that should be thrown. You got other routes to possibly throw underneath. That ball has no chance to be completed down the field. A bad decision again by Nick Foles.
3rd down and 1. And we have movement. Another penalty on the Rams on 3rd down.
False start, number 88, offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That's on Lance Kendricks.
Now it's going to be, that's embarrassing.
Well, you know what's crazy, and we'll see there goes Lance Kendricks. What's crazy is that as bad as the Rams are on 3rd down, worst in the league, the Bears are the 30th ranked defense in the NFL on 3rd down, which magnifies how poorly the Rams are playing on 3rd down day.
3rd and 6, Welker in the slot, bottom of your screen. Foles to Welker. A 1st down for St. Louis. 2nd catch today for Wes Welker, and both of them have come on 3rd down.
That's a big play for the Rams to get this conversion early in the 3rd quarter. Welker making a significant contribution right there. That was just a straight underneath route, came across clean. Nick Foles delivers a strike. Should be good for their confidence.
2nd conversion today for the Rams on 3rd down. Gurley across the 35 and hit hard by Christian Jones, 2nd-year man out of Florida State.
Yeah, this is being more successful on 1st and 2nd down, I think, is really key for the Rams. They came up with that 2nd and 1 there in this last one, and then took the penalty, or the 3rd and 1 and took the penalty. They've got to be more successful on 1st and 2nd down. And then, as we saw just a minute ago with Welker, they got to put the ball on the receiver and give the guy a chance to get a 1st down. They have really done a terrible job of that.
You saw that before the last play, just 35 yards for Gurley since that opening drive. Update in New York, here's JB.
Peyton Manning just 3 yards away from surpassing Brett Favre as the all-time passing yards leader. One of a litany of NFL records that will have his name attached to it, arriving at the stadium as the Broncos get set to host the Kansas City Chiefs coming up next here for many of you on CBS. Back to Andrew Catalan.
Okay, JB, looking forward to that one. Could see history, should see history today in the NFL. 3rd down and 5 for St. Louis. Foles, great catch by Quick. 1st down and more. Quick, dragged down at the 25. Oh, St. Louis needs more of that. They get 35 on 3rd down.
That's what they needed, a guy to step up. And you know, we've been really getting after the Rams for their third down, and it's not just us. They themselves were very self-critical when we spoke to them on Friday. I mean, they were openly critical of themselves about how they've done it. They also know they've spent a lot of time and a lot of energy trying to get better. Finally, and I spoke about it in the first half, they need players to step up. It's not the philosophy, it's not the play selection, it's the guys on the field that aren't getting it done.
First down and 10 from the 24. A flip to Austin. Can he get to the edge? Out of bounds. That's great pursuit by Sam Acho, the fifth-year man out of Texas. He really contained Austin on that run.
Well, here's Acho right here. When you look at this, he's right here at the top of the screen. Contain is the key. He sees right here Tavon Austin coming across. They know, you know as a defensive player, it's been hammered into your head all week. When Tavon Austin is lined up on the other side of the field from you, your only concern is the reverse. But you'd be amazed at how many guys lose contain even though they know that's their only responsibility.
Austin has the most rushing yards of any wide receiver in the NFL this year. Second down and 7. Falls, looking incomplete. Tried the end zone with Quick again, and it's 3rd and 7.
You know, just not a great throw. The decision, 2nd and long. That's a kind of throw that as a quarterback, you're looking for a specific look, a specific opportunity. Right there, to me, and I don't know what Nick Foles is being told in his meetings, but that was not the look to be trying to throw the skinny post into that window. That was not the look he was looking for. Still tried to get it in there.
3rd and 7. Welker in the slot, top of your screen. Foles looks the other way to Austin. Lost the football. Bears have it, but they're saying he was incomplete pass.
That looked like a catch to me. It's hard to believe he didn't have possession of that.
The question is, did he have a chance to tuck the football away with 2 feet on the ground and make a football move? He's got it. I don't know. That's incomplete. He did not tuck it away. He was still trying to settle the football in his possession, and it came out. It's 1 foot. There's the 2nd foot, and you see there, he had not controlled that football and tucked it away for that to be a completion.
Rams receivers have dropped close to 10% of pass attempts this year. That's the 2nd highest in the NFL. This is Zuerlein from 38 yards, and it's good. So St. Louis settles for a field goal with 2:41 to go in the 3rd. It's 24-13.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by National Car Rental. Go National. Go like a pro. And by Papa John's, official pizza sponsor of the NFL.
The Greg Zuerlein field goal ends a 32-minute scoreless drought for the Rams. They put 3 on the board with 2:41 to go in the 3rd quarter. Interestingly, Chicago, the only team in the NFL without a 3rd quarter touchdown so far this year. And again, with 2:41 to go, they have not found the end zone here in the 3rd. Zuerlein kicks it away to Mariani, and this will be a touchback. Chicago will start at the 20 when we come back. You're watching the NFL on CBS. NFL Mobile, the official app of the NFL, brings you video highlights, breaking news, live scores, and more. Download today at NFL.com/mobile. 2:41 to go, 3rd quarter, and the Bears begin this drive at their own 20-yard line. They lead at 24-13. Cutler gets rid of it to Langford, makes the catch at the 21, and up ahead to the 23-yard line. Jay Cutler now 16 of 20 for 245 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's playing very efficiently. And they'll say what you want. The two short touchdown passes. The 2 long touchdown passes came off of short throws, but he's going to the right guys. He's setting them right there, showing the burst, and then getting down with green grass in front of him. He's played very, very well today, just kind of furthering are statements that he has rejuvenated himself in this new system with John Fox.
Cutler to Bennett. And Bennett, with that extra effort, may have picked up a first down. Great second effort by the big tight end out of Texas A&M.
Yeah, and we've seen the difference in between these two quarterbacks. Cutler completing a high percentage of his passes, getting the extra effort here from Bennett, but also just finding the open guy and getting the ball out of his hands.
There's a quick snap, give it to Langford. He explodes again into St. Louis territory. Jeremy Langford off the quick snap gets 23.
Yeah, and that's a nice way to finish a run as well as he drops the shoulder. But the Rams were not ready for this ball to be snapped. They caught him. Langford shows the burst around the edge. They lost the edge of the defense. And at the end, he puts his shoulder down and gets a couple extra. Great block there, as you see, from Bellamy to spring him for the big run.
And a finish by Langford with authority on the sideline.
Another big day for the rookie out of Michigan State, following up his performance on Monday night in San Diego. He gets the call on first down and up to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, you can see it now. The Bears go two tight ends. They balance up the formation, hand it off, pound it in on first and second down, and this is what it's going to be for them the rest of this game. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. They're going to go to the fourth quarter with a double-digit lead. The Rams are going to get a belly full of the run game right now.
One more play the Bears have to run.
All Gurley can do is watch. 12 carries, 45 yards for Gurley. It's Langford that has been stepping it up here for Chicago. He gets another carry. And this time, Aaron Donald and crew push him back on what is the final play of the third quarter. Bears lead 24-13. We're back to St. Louis after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 50. Chicago is still the only team in the NFL without a third quarter touchdown this year, but the Bears lead 24-13 as we begin the fourth. Langford and Gurley, the two rookies in the spotlight. And to start this quarter, Jay Cutler and the Bears staring at third down and 10.
We got one-on-one at the top with Alshon Jeffrey. One of the few times they've had a chance of going to him one-on-one.
He's signaling Cutler. Instead, they pitch it left to Langford. Running on third and 10, and Langford picks it up. What a gutsy call by the Bears, and it pays off.
Yeah, it's almost like they were trying to bait Jay Cutler into trying to throw and then stemming out of it. Cutler wouldn't bite. He stayed with the run play, the quick pitch out. Both offensive linemen on the left side get out in front of him, and the rest is just Langford putting his head down. You gotta think that the Rams would love to have the Bears start throwing the football around, give them a chance to get some pressure or an interception or a tip pass, something. The Bears are having nothing to do with it.
Kadeem Carey replaces Langford as the running back here on first and 10. It is Carey on the carry, and Carey to the 32. Give a lot of credit to John Fox and Adam Gase in this Bears offense, because last year when Fox and Gase were in Denver, they came into St. Louis with a Peyton Manning offense, only scored 7 points last year in a loss to the Rams. And this Chicago offense really has seemed to solve St. Louis's defense today.
And they came in today without Matt Forte or Eddie Royal, and they're still getting it done.
5 straight rushing plays for Chicago. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here. It's 2nd and 5. Kadeem Carey with some room up the middle, and another Chicago first down. LaMarcus Joyner makes the tackle after a gain of 8.
Well, this is exactly the way John Fox wants this game to go. And Adam Gase told us yesterday that, you know, coming into a game last few years in Denver with Peyton Manning, you had pretty much the whole playbook, all 600 pages at your disposal. With Jay Cutler, it's almost easier to coach, and Jay Cutler prefers to come into a game with a specific game plan. Tell me what my rules are. Tell me what plays you want to get out of versus certain looks, and it's much more structured and I think easier in some ways for Adam Gase.
Alshon Jeffrey watching from the sideline on first and 10. Bears keep it on the ground. Langford wrapped up by Nick Fairley. We have an update in New York. JB and Coach Cowher.
Coach, just as it was drawn up.
Watch this. Ryan Tannehill, the ball is batted in the air. Free ball picked off by Jarvis Landry for a 4-yard touchdown pass. Miami takes the lead. Also, Sam Bradford went out in this game with a bad left shoulder. Mark Sanchez is quarterback in the Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm sure Steve Berline will say stay alert. Back to Andrew Catalan.
Well, guys, Sam Bradford, St. Louis fans know it well that he just could not stay on the field here in St. Louis, and now he goes out with the Eagles on 2nd and 10. Cutler to the air, and that pass is broken up. Great play by Tremaine Johnson. Cutler was trying to squeeze it into Marquise Wilson, but it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal play by Tremaine Johnson. Watch as he plants, breaks on it, barely even touches Wilson and goes right by him. What a great defensive play.
And on the backside of this, Cutler again under a little bit of pressure. He stood in there strong today. He knew coming into this game that this is what the Rams feast on. They bring pressure on the quarterback. You got to be able to stand in there and take a hit against these guys.
Rams desperate to hold to Chicago to a field goal attempt. It's 3rd and 10. Cutler to Bennett, and Bennett is short of a first down. It'll be 4th and 5 for Chicago, and out comes Robbie Gould, the kicker.
Well, good coverage. Jay Cutler had nowhere really to go with that football. Would have been nice probably if Martellus Bennett sat that down in the hole so he doesn't run into that hit on the backside. I think that's what Jay Cutler was expecting him to do.
That's what the quarterback always wants. You sit down against zone coverage. You keep running if it's man.
Robbie Gould out for a 37-yard attempt. 1 for 1 today, and he's 2 for 2. Bears get that 3 back. It's 27-13. Your weekend starts Thursday night as AFC South rivals cop an attitude when the Titans and Jaguars throw down in Jacksonville. Thursday night football only on NFL Network. Robbie Gould now 2 for 2 on field goals. His father, Robert, played professional soccer here in St. Louis from 1980 to 1983. Robert was a member of the St. Louis Steamers, a very popular indoor soccer team that played at the St. Louis Arena. Sometimes they got better crowds than the Blues did back in the day. So Robbie here in St. Louis, where his dad also played professionally. Cunningham back deep to receive the kick. And it will be a touchback for Robbie Gould. Rams ball at the 20 when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Verizon. Watch live primetime games with NFL Mobile, only on Verizon. Clean, crisp Coors Light. And by New York Life, here to help you keep good going.
Back in St. Louis, where the Bears have a 27-13 lead on the Rams. St. Louis, for the 6th time today, starting a drive at their own 20-yard line. 11:24 to go in the 4th. And some movement on the Rams side of the football.
The question is, did the Bears player jump into the neutral zone and cause that? If he didn't cross.
False start. Offensive center. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
You just can't do this if you want to have a chance to get yourself back in the game. The penalties, not only the number of penalties, that's the 8th penalty of the day for the Rams. The center, he get that little flinch right there. That was Slauson.
Tim Barnes.
Tim Barnes. And that little flinch is all it takes, but you start off at 1st and 15 now. The penalties have been so bad and poor as far as the timing is concerned.
8 penalties, 57 yards. It makes it 1st and 15 for St. Louis. Fake it to Gurley, throw it to Austin. Austin out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Well, this is usually the time where Todd Gurley takes a step up. He leads all running backs in 4th quarter rushing yardage. He averages 8.4 yards per carry in the 4th quarter, and we asked him about it on Friday, and he said, oh, maybe I'm just a little stronger. I feel good in the fourth quarter. Whatever it is, it's working, and the Rams need it right now.
Well, the problem is they're down by 14 points. They're not going to be able to pump it to Todd Gurley in this situation.
Foles fires, incomplete. A little too high for the 6'3" Brian Quick, and here comes 3rd down and 11. Been a miserable day again for the Rams on 3rd down. They're 3 for 11.
Yeah, it's been one mistake after another when they've had time to make plays, and there hasn't been a penalty that stopped them before the snap or during the snap. They've not been able to execute and complete balls up the field.
And also, 3 of 11 is actually an improvement over what they've done in the last 3 weeks.
3rd down and 11. Pressure coming from Young. Foles gets rid of it. Pass is caught by Kendricks, but well short of a 1st down. And out comes Johnny Hekker again. He's already punted 6 times today.
Well, the problem there, Nick Foles got flushed from the pocket. That play was not called to pick up 7 yards. But what Nick Foles has got to do at some point is pull up and throw the ball and take a chance to try and make a play up the field. He's got other receivers on the field at that point.
Here's the fake. Hekker pump fakes. Throws it back the other way. Incomplete. The Bears were not fooled on that fake, and they'll take over with golden field position. Jeff Fisher rolls the dice, and he comes up empty.
Well, not surprising to us at all. John Fox made the comment that every special teams play is an opportunity for Jeff Fisher and this Rams team to do something to catch you off guard, to take advantage. And, you know, when you send a player in motion across the formation, which the Rams did, they sent Bradley Marquez across the formation. That alerts the other team that maybe something unusual is up. So I think the Bears were really conscious of sniffing something out on that play.
That was a terrible throw by Hekker. He's got to get the football out there. It was well designed. They had a couple of outlets, of places for him to throw it. But even if he catches it, he's not past the line of the game.
Right.
Hekker now 1 for 3 passing this year. Meanwhile, Bears take over, and Mark Barron takes over on that play. The big tackle.
Yeah, the Bears are playing like they've got a 2-touchdown lead in the fourth quarter.
And they do.
They're going to hand this off, take the 3 points, and put this game away. I don't think I would throw the football under any circumstances on these downs.
Alshon Jeffrey has his helmet on the sideline, but he hasn't been out these last few offensive plays for the Bears going back to the last drive. They've been running the ball anyway with Kadeem Carey. Remember, Jeffrey tweaked his groin on Wednesday during practice, and he's coming out now for 3rd down. He was listed as questionable today.
Yeah, if they do throw the football, this is a screen pass, a bubble screen, some short completion. There's no need to take any chances in field goal range at this point. I'd be really shocked to see the Bears take any kind of significant risk, even on a 3rd and 9.
Well, if you get one-on-one coverage on Alshon Jeffrey up the field, I think that's when you maybe take a shot at the end zone, but they're not going to have it here. The Rams are playing that soft 2-deep cover shell look.
Empty backfield on 3rd and 8. Cutler, quick pass to Jeffrey, makes the catch and stuffed by Tremaine Johnson. That will be short of a 1st down, and out comes Robbie Gould again.
Yeah, trying to get this just a quick completion. And Tremaine Johnson, who's played extremely well today, saw it, sniffed it out, and put the big hit on Jeffrey. And that's what the defense was designed to do. Short completion, make the tackle, short of the 1st down, and force the field goal.
So Gould, who coming into the day had missed 3 consecutive field goals, is 2 for 2 so far, and this one from 36 yards away. And the kick is good for Gould. 3 for 3 on the day, and the Bears increase their lead. The fake punt does not work. And Chicago capitalizes by putting 3 more on the board. .805 to go, 4th quarter, and the Bears trying to string together back-to-back wins on a short week, no less. Beat the Chargers on Monday night in San Diego, and now up 30-13. A lot of smiles down on that Chicago sideline. Jay Cutler, 3 touchdown passes today, now has 13 on the year. Gold kicks it away to Cunningham. And a fair catch. Well, a knee, I should say, and a touchback, and St. Louis will be at the 20. You just saw some of those smiles on the Chicago sideline. This was 2 drives ago when Jay Cutler came off before a field goal. And look, John Fox, Adam Gase, Jay Cutler, all laughing and smiling. And in the past, you didn't see a lot of that from Jay Cutler, but you have this year.
You have for sure this year. And after they kicked the field goal, the 2 field goals ago, Jay Cutler came out on the field and congratulated all of his teammates as they were coming off the field. It's just a totally different personality that he's showing this year, because I think John Fox has pumped it into him that, hey, you are the man. We're happy you're our quarterback. We want you to be yourself. Go out there and play, and don't worry about all the other bad stuff.
Darrell Williams is in at right tackle. Rob Havenstein has a calf injury. His return is doubtful. On 1st down, a screen to Cunningham, and he's pushed out at the 22-yard line. And back-to-back weeks now for the Bears. They had 446 yards on Monday in San Diego. That was a season high. They followed that up again today with close to 400 yards.
Yeah, the rushing yards there this week have been a big difference. Great job by Langford.
Falls, pressure coming. He is sacked. Lamar Houston, one of the first to get there for the Bears. Houston had those 2 huge sacks in the final drive Monday night for San Diego, and he gets another one here.
Was coming right here. And we've seen Greg Robinson, left tackle, get called for holding a couple of times today, and this time he doesn't do that, and it costs him.
3rd down and 17. Falls to Marquez, and that's up to the 24-yard line. They need to get to the 30 for a first, and the offense is staying out on the field.
And going no huddle as well.
So 4th and 6 for the Rams. They're going for it. No choice at this point in the game.
Yeah, you're down 17 points. That's 3 scores, obviously, so yeah, you got to go for it.
They do. Foles broken up. Guess who? Tracy Porter. And a turnover on downs. Chicago gets the ball back after another great defensive play by Tracy Porter.
And the Bears are going to go into their 4-minute offense right now. Run it, and it's been a big day for Chicago on the road here in St. Louis. They've dominated.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Subway. The legendary sweet onion chicken teriyaki. Subway, eat fresh. And by Cialis.
Bears up 30-13. They get the ball back with 6:38 to go. You'd expect to see John Fox just try to run this clock out and send Chicago to its 4th win of the season. Jay Cutler with 3 touchdown passes on the day. Langford in at running back. And Langford gets a couple. Consider this for the Bears today. Pernell McPhee did not play, one of their best defensive players. Matt Forte out again, one of their best offensive players. Eddie Royal was out. And 3 key guys the Bears did not have, and they're up 30-13.
Yeah, we spoke about John Fox and the energy he brought to it. Hard to think of a team that got off to a worse start, 0-3, and they didn't look very good in those losses. Now, with today's win, they've won 4 out of their last 6, and there's a whole different vibe coming out of Chicago.
Their defense has held the Rams to just 3 first downs since the first quarter. Langford up the middle. Langford second level inside the 10. 1st and goal for Chicago. They're hungry for more. Gain of 14 for Jeremy Langford.
Well, watch the right side of the Bears offensive line. You're going to see the whole part. Langford hits it hard right up the middle. And then you got one-on-one on the safeties. A heck of a job by McLeod to make that tackle. Saving a touchdown for Langford.
174 yards from scrimmage today for Jeremy Langford. And now first and goal for Chicago with Bellamy in motion. It's Langford. And no gain on the play. Well, Chicago's been playing some close games. Each of their last 5 games decided by 3 points or fewer, but not today, as the Rams call a timeout with 5:03 to go. St. Louis has 2 timeouts remaining with 5:03 to go. It's second and goal for John Fox and the Bears. Fox 0 for 3 in his career as a head coach against Jeff Fisher, but looking good to get his first win against Fisher today. Up 30-13 on second and goal. Langford sneaks his way up to the 6-yard line. It's third and goal.
Look back at the close calls. We'll talk about those when we come back, but the Bears are used to being in tight games.
Timeout, St. Louis.
Hey, Doug, how'd that discount double check work out for you?
Oh, that was great. Great. I wish I had double checked before discussing that play earlier.
Did anybody catch that play?
No.
Okay, we're going to act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm going to break the huddle confidently, and we're going to call it incomplete.
Your mic's on! First down! Thank you!
70,000 people were there.
20 million more watching at home.
Got it!
Save big with State Farm.
1 timeout left for the Rams now with 4:58 to go. Third down and goal for Chicago. It's been all runs on this drive for Jay Cutler and the Bears, and all the Rams offense can do is watch as they've been held to just 241 total yards. 3 on the play clock. Langford takes it in. Touchdown Bears. Second touchdown of the day for Jeremy Langford.
You can hear the fans left in the stadium are pro-Chicago. You said the Blackhawks played last night, and everywhere you look downtown, it was full of Bear jerseys, and those are the people that are left in the stands today. John Fox told us this franchise, his first year's head coach, they travel well. As you see, the Bears just pound this in on the stretch run play. Langford, no doubt.
Yeah, I would imagine these Chicago fans that hit the town tonight will make sure they will stake the flag.
Well,
this is their town for the night.
If St. Louis took it on the chin on the field, they're going to get a little economic boost from the Chicago fans tonight here in downtown St. Louis.
Robbie Gould out for the extra point. 37 points on the board for the Bears. That is a season high for Chicago.
You know, one of the other points for the Rams, you look at what has happened to them this year. They're 3-0. Their 3 wins are come against NFC West teams. 1-5 against everybody outside the division.
Jeremy Langford with another big day. 20 carries on the ground for 73 yards and a touchdown, and through the air he has 7 carries for 109 yards and that 83-yard touchdown. So 27 touches today for the rookie.
Well, you can use the argument that last week maybe he caught people off guard. Nobody really knew what he was capable of or how the Bears were going to use him, but the Rams saw it happen last week. The Bears came out and said, well, we have a lot of confidence in this young running back out of Michigan State. Let's see if he can do it again. Well, he came out and did it with an exclamation point again today for the Bears.
And another thing that the Bears did well today with a reshuffled guard and center combination inside. They got Cutler outside the pocket, allowed him to find his guys down the football field. Game plan was very well implemented and executed perfectly.
Cunningham will take this one out. Gets by Prosinski, and Cunningham up to the 20-yard line, a popular spot for the Rams to start their drives today. And in the matchup between rookie running backs Langford and Gurley, it's been Langford that's had the better numbers.
Well, I still think that if you were drafting today, Todd Gurley would still be the first
I would say
pick.
so, yes.
My point is that Gurley really never had a chance to get involved in this game. From after the first drive, the Rams have been playing with their backs against the wall. Timely penalties, lack of execution on third down. They start trailing. That takes your stud running back out of the equation.
Being down 2 scores the entire second half changes things. And it changed them, obviously, in a way that the Rams couldn't overcome it.
Trey Mason was benched ever since that fumble. He makes the catch here on the screen and picks up a St. Louis first down. But that's the first time we've seen Mason since the fumble in the first half. A gain of 16.
If you're Nick Foles, you just want to try and put together a scoring drive here. The depression about the loss is going to be there, but at least you got to have something positive happen before this game ends.
Mason drops that one. A late flag comes in, and Foles is down on the ground.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 97 of the defense, 15 yards. Penalty, automatic first down.
That's on Willie Young.
Willie Young, Lamar Houston were both right at Foles when he released that. They called that on Young, and they were making a case. We'll see. Well, he leaned into it. Yeah, he didn't.
He threw the shoulder in there, but he was kind of bumped. He was kind of bumped by Robinson as well. But I think he could have tried to avoid that a little bit if he wanted to. He's the one that came in earlier with the crown of his helmet on Nick Foles as well. They didn't get that penalty call, but I think it could have been.
Foles been under pressure all day with the Chicago defense getting after him. 1st and 10 from midfield. Foles to Austin, and they're saying it's incomplete. He was open too.
He was open, no doubt. Nick Foles again today, under 50% completion. It doesn't get any easier than this. Now that throw has got to be made. I don't care what point of the ball game it is. Nick Foles on the year, 58% completion. Today, not even that high.
17 of 35 for Foles for 200 yards on the button. And that pass is picked off. Willie Young still in bounds, spinning his way to the 15-yard line. The first career interception for Willie Young.
And an injury on the sideline of the Rams.
It's
Jamon
Brown, the rookie right guard, who's down for St. Louis. Willie Young in his 6th year out of NC State, and he has his first career interception.
He dropped right back into the slant throwing lane, picked it off. Exactly what he was supposed to do. He's a pass rusher who dropped out unexpectedly into the throwing lane, and Foles just didn't see it or anticipate it.
He was trying to pump it into Wes Welker, but that was going to be a tight throw as well. And you could see Jamon Brown in the background.
And Willie Young reeled in his first interception. Brown is still down on the ground.
Yeah, it looked like he came over to make a tackle, and when Young made his cutback, Brown went by him, and it looked like his leg got twisted up as it hit the sideline.
Steve Berline is a former quarterback. Where is Nick Foles right now? I mean, we've talked about his struggles, but I mean, that pass, he was completely fooled there.
Yeah, he's not in a good place right now. That goes without saying. And this is going to be a true test of his character. We have a cart being brought out on the field for Jamon Brown, and we've been told that it's a visual we do not want to see.
Yeah, we're not going to show the replay of Jamon Brown's leg.
While they load Brown onto the cart, we'll go back to New York and get an update with JB.
Yeah, right here, you got Mark Sanchez subbing for an injured Sam Bradford. Down by one, throws this interception in the end zone. Rashad Jones of Miami picks it off. And right now they have the ball, leading by one over the Eagles.
Back to Andrew Catalan.
JB and Coach, thank you very much.
One of the things that was coming out of the Rams, Foles has struggled this year as he continues to struggle today, and throwing this interception that Jamon Brown was injured on. Foles, somebody said, what happens? He goes, how do you feel about this? And Foles said, I know because I've been here before and I fought out of it before. Foles knows he's in a bad place, but he has made a comeback from spots like this, and other players have as well. It's what a football player does. The Rams know they're not playing their best football. They were 4-4 coming into today and had some aspirations, and they know that by working hard, they're going to fight out of this, and that's their job, and that's what they're going to try and do.
But I disagree. I don't think Nick Foles has been here before. I think he's trying to tell himself that. He came here as the franchise quarterback, hopefully for the Rams, and things have been very bad this whole year. He's not played to the level that he expects out of himself. I know how hard it is to make the transition to a new team with a new coaching staff, and it's going to test him in ways he has not been tested before. But we'll see what he's made of.
So the Bears take over at the 15-yard line, just trying to run down the clock with Kadeem Carey, and he is tackled for a loss.
One of the things about it, when you're in a tough spot as a football player, is I thought there was a flag on the field, but no. One of the tough things about being a football player in this spot is your personal life away from the field. The fans are mad at you. The press is hounding you. The only place you can go to get some solace and some comfort is the guys in the locker room and your team when you start back to work knowing you're going to get better. So really, you lock yourself into the facility, you go to practice, and you try and keep a low profile because everywhere you go, you're being talked about, and it's not pretty.
Carey again. Well, Foles in 2013 had 27 touchdowns and 2 interceptions that magical year in Philadelphia. But since then, 20 touchdowns and 16 interceptions for Nick Foles.
And that's not good. But let me tell you this. The hardest thing for a quarterback to do after a performance like this, and when you're in a situation like this, and I've been there, is to walk in that locker room on Monday morning and have your chin up and make your teammates believe that you still have that confidence in yourself, that you're still going to come to work, you're still all in. You got to get those guys to buy in and still believe that you're the guy for them.
On 3rd and 11, Carey lost the football. Scooped up by Aaron Donald, and Aaron Donald now is off to the races. The race doesn't go very long as Martellus Bennett catches up to him. But a turnover by the Bears with 2:23 to go.
It's a good thing Martellus Bennett's the one that caught him because nobody else on the field would be big enough to tackle him.
It was a short race.
People listening, for those of us who live outside the sidelines of a football field, you'd be shocked to watch a game from the sideline and see how fast a 300-pound guy can run. Because they can.
And Nick Foles is not even coming out now at 37-13. Backup Case Keenum with 2:23 to go will be the quarterback here for the Rams. Keenum has not attempted a pass this year.
Well, I think it's the right call. I mean, you're not going to win this ball game. Give your backup quarterback some reps. The fans will probably clap as soon as they hear his name announced, and Nick Foles just got to pack this one in and say, you know what? Tomorrow's a new day. We got to find a way. We're still going to have a chance to get back in this division. 7 games left. Got to find a way to do it.
Trey Mason gets the carry, and Mason with a gain of 8 on the play. Well, how about this? As you see the NFC West standings, and St. Louis at 4-4, about to go to 4-5. Since 1990, teams that start 5-4 make the playoffs 50% of the time. Teams at 4-5, just 12% of the time. A big difference as we've hit the 2-minute warning in St. Louis. Tonight, Scott Pelley reports from Paris on the terrorist attacks. Plus, how the NFL is changing the game to better protect the players on 60 Minutes tonight. Final 2 minutes here in St. Louis, and Trey Mason again with a first down run for the Rams. Well, how about this? The Bears coming into today had lost 10 straight games to NFC opponents. Have not beaten an NFC team since Tampa Bay last November, nearly a year ago. Lost 5 straight to end last season, and all of their wins so far this year had come against the AFC West until today, and they put a hurting on the Rams.
Now that's an exclamation point at the end of that streak.
There's just a huge cheer here in St. Louis because all the Bears fans who are here just saw on the big scoreboard that Green Bay is losing right now to Detroit. And that elicited a huge response as you see the current standings. Minnesota takes on Oakland in a game that's just underway.
A rejuvenated Oakland Raiders, by the way, a team playing very, very good football.
Mason, clock continues to tick. Don't forget, coming up next, Tom Brady and Eli Manning square off again. The Patriots clash with the Giants, or the Chiefs challenge the Broncos. Check local listings right here on CBS Sports. John Fox, all smiles on that Chicago sideline.
He is such a great guy, and players, everywhere he's been, the players absolutely rave about the atmosphere of a John Fox football team. Mason, and that should do it. It will.
The Bears win 37-13. For Steve Tasker, Steve Berline, this is Andrew Catalon saying so long from St. Louis. You have been watching the